Go ahead and take a moment to introduce yourself.
My name is Brian Elliott, lifelong resident here in Knox County. I was just seeking the spot of Magistrate District 2 since, the Magistrate Stacy Roark had passed. I wanted to give a shout out to his wife or whatever there. Wasn't going to fool with it, but, just wanted the opportunity to serve people in Knox County. I've coached basketball in the past. Like Rod said, I just enjoy serving the people. Would like to have the opportunity to serve the people.
Josh?
My name is Josh Prosper. I'm a former engineer at Kentucky Utilities, superintendent at Corbin City Utilities. Currently a realtor. I'm 1/3 of Creative Realty along with Tommy Locker and Greg Hilton. I'm looking for this office to help move the county forward. We need a lot of attention in our district, and I believe that we can continue to move forward on what Stacy started. I look forward to serving you.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll get started. We'll start with Brian. He kind of a back and forth in our name drawing, so we'll start with Brian on the first question. How do you see your role as a magistrate when it comes to our county's economy?
My role as a magistrate, first of all, we got to work together. It's been said, we got to work together here as a fiscal court, not only as a fiscal court, with local government and everything like that, to get a plan in place to move our economy forward here in Knox County.
Okay. Josh?
Role of the magistrate, like Roger said, has many facets. Taxation, infrastructure, tends to be known that roads are mostly what we're known for. It's more in depth than that. The fiscal court position holds a lot of power in the county. That's where the focus needs to be. And more importantly, the focus needs to be in the Stinking Creek area, because that's more or less where the work has to be done in our district.
Next question. What do you plan to do as magistrate to see Knox County move forward?
Like I said, go back to the previous question, working with everybody, like he said, the tourism, just different people or local governments, Representative Bodell, just get a plan in place right here to try to move Knox County forward the best we can. I do my part, but I'm only a part of it. It takes us all working together.
Okay, same question for you, Josh.
I agree 100%. We have to work together to move the county forward. Whether it be with Representative Odell, whomever wins the judge's race, I look forward to working with them. I just want to represent my people and move us forward.
Next question. Each election cycle, candidates tout bringing more jobs to our county. How do you plan to accomplish this with real-world expectations? Right.
Like you said, we live in southeast Kentucky. I'm not going to go tell Ford Motor Company, hey, you need to come to Knox County. We need 400 or 500 jobs here. It's just not going to happen, But as a magistrate, we can work together to bring in small business, work with different people to get our economy boosted up the best we can. But, we can do stuff for our little area to invite people here, make it where they want to come here. Just, not say, well, it's way down there and everything like that. We got to do stuff and work together to get, Knox County on the map, as I should say.
Josh?
I agree with that. We have to work together. The first thing that we need to do is tear down the barriers on the county line. We're going to get jobs, but they're going to come from Laurel County. They're going to come from the 75 to 80 corridor. That's where the jobs are going to come from. We have to work. Whoever wins the judge's race, we need to reach out and work with Judge Executive Westerfield, who's a very good friend of mine in Laurel County. Representative Odell, that as well. He's done outstanding work. We have to build the infrastructure here to welcome people. Tourism has done an outstanding job. If we have nothing to attract people, nobody will come here. That's the key point.
Next question. What obstacles do you feel stand in the way of Knox County becoming a stronger and more economically progressive county?
like I said, the location is key. I mean, like he said, Laurel County's right there on 75. You got 80 coming, east. So, I know, we got 25 right here. And it's a little shortcut to Tennessee, but there's really not much through here, So location is a big key, for us not to have stuff here. I worked at Truesville for 12 years. Great job, but it run its cycle. These bigger corporations, once they merge and everything like that, they said, well, we're going to get it out of here. It got bought out by a bigger company and they moved it out of here. Probably just simple fact that it was where it was at, so it wasn't a big draw or nothing like that here. So location is the biggest obstacle, I'd say.
Okay. Josh?
In my opinion, the biggest obstacle has been education. We have not had the training and the facilities in place to train our people. We've been overlooked. We've been passed over. With the opening of the new college and the vocational center here, I think that puts us on the map. I think that gives us an edge ahead of other counties around us, and I think that appeals.
What plans do you have as magistrate to remove these obstacles that stand in your way?
That's what I said. We got to do stuff to make Knox County appealing. Working together, like their new trade school that's coming in over here. That's going to bring kids in here from, all over the area to come over here to get a little degree, whether it be in plumbing, welding, carpentry, whatever. So once we get that up and going, that's a little more appealing for people. So to remove them obstacles, we just got to bring more stuff to Knox County to invite more people in.
I would agree with what he said. The other thing that we need to do is ideally create an environment that welcomes these companies in to bring jobs to us. I mean, obviously taxes are a huge part of that. We're going to have to either get tax breaks or incentives. We have to draw something to bring people to us, because they're not going to come knocking at the door. We have to go to them. That's point blank.
All right, moving on to a different topic, we're going to talk about drugs and addiction. As magistrate, what would you do to help address the problem of drugs and addiction in our area? And would you pledge to work with your sheriff and your jailer and other elected officials to help solve this problem?
I may first say, this drug epidemic, it don't only affect Knox County. I got relatives that live in Michigan. It's all over. It just ain't right here. It's affected my family. It's affected everybody's family in this courtroom, whether it be a cousin, uncle, or whatever. I'm all about working with whoever. Listen, if I could snap my fingers and cause all this to go away, I'd do it right now. But it's something that, that's got to be addressed. And like Roger said earlier, I'm not an expert on that stuff, but I'm willing to work, do whatever is needed through the fiscal court, whatever, to help it in any way possible.
Josh?
I mean, drugs have touched every family, mine included. It's everywhere. Just like Brian said, it's not going away. It's not an overnight fix. There's nothing we can do. But whatever role that I can play as your magistrate to help with this, I will. I'll work with whomever the jailer elect is. I'll work with the sheriff. I'll work with the coroner. I'll work with Representative Odell. Whatever it takes to help, I will do that.
And would you, as magistrate, commit to any trainings or education, if it were provided, in helping fight the addiction epidemic?
Absolutely. I'd do anything, if I was given an opportunity to be the magistrate, and it was presented to me, hey, you need to go take a 5-6 hour training, whatever, to help us with this problem, listen, by all means, I'd do whatever it takes to help the people here in Knox County.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I would attend any training if it was necessary for us. If my role was vital to help with it. Absolutely.
Okay. Moving on, we're going to talk about roads and infrastructure. A common theme among candidates running for magistrate is improving roads. How do you propose improving our roads?
I've not been a magistrate before, but I just want the opportunity to serve, but if elected magistrate, I work with fiscal court in any way I can to get the roads out there the best that we could possibly make. The infrastructure, the bridges, I know, I've seen bridges throughout the county, that's getting replaced, that's older, no fault of the court or nothing like that, they're just getting old, and we're lacking money to replace them, but as it's coming in, we're doing that, but I would be willing to do anything it took, to try to improve the roads in my district.
Josh?
In my opinion, what we need to do is we need to work together and enforce our right of ways that we have. And in doing so, that'll give us opportunities to start widening roads, making them more safe. That's the key aspect of this.
What kind of roads do you plan on bringing improvements to? Like where would your priorities be? County roads, cemetery roads? A lot of people will talk about our problems with their roads.
Well, the county roads, will be number one. We're traveling on them each and every day. We got school buses, moms, dads bringing these kids out to catch school buses or whatever, So, but, we got to concentrate on our county roads. But now, and also, the cemetery roads need up. Just around the corner here, we got Memorial Day. And God knows that we got cemeteries on every hill around the county. You know what I'm saying? And, if I got a loved one that's 80-year-old wanting to go visit a grave or whatever, I'm wanting a good road to it, where they could get up there to it and pay the respects and everything like that. But, county roads number one, but we don't need to fail to neglect our cemetery roads neither.
Josh?
I agree with that. County roads definitely need precedence in it. I mean, this district is so diverse because you're taking in Hydrant Canyon and comparing that to Big Creek Pigeon Roost. The county roads on one end of the spectrum definitely need attention. I mean, you can travel them every day, and some of them will beat your vehicle to death. Some of them are paved, some of them are good. We definitely have to pay attention to our county roads. Our cemetery roads are definitely on the list as well. I mean, you shouldn't have to have four-wheel drive to get to a cemetery. You shouldn't. I mean, those should definitely take precedence as well.
Okay. What do you think is the most dangerous road or intersection in your district? And what would you plan to do to fix it?
Let me say this, all the roads are dangerous. You drive around Knox County, all the roads are dangerous, So listen, but the major one is, it's probably not a county road, it's not a county road, but it hits right up here at the mouth of 25 and 1304 up here by the high school, We get these young teenagers, they're pulling out there every morning, going to school, just maybe had their license a week or something other, So, but that's not a county road, that's a state road, but that goes back to working with state and local government to see what we can do, put a plan in place, to try to, help that area. But now, 1304, pretty dangerous. 225, pretty dangerous. I mean, they're all dangerous, but that's a big concern right there.
Josh?
This is kind of a tricky question for a magistrate because 1304 and 25 is definitely probably the most dangerous intersection in our district. That's hands down. But that's state. There's, I'll work with Chris, David, or Keenan, whoever at the state, and I'll do my best with that. But as far as a county road goes, if you're talking dangerous to a person, there's many. I mean, you've got Morse Creek, you've got Salt Gun, you've got Caleb's Creek, you've got Valentine Branch. I mean, you can name several right off the top of your head. If you're talking dangerous as far as damage to your vehicle, I mean, you've got Coles Branch, you've got Macro Branch. They need attention. I mean, you could sink in the potholes in them.
Okay. Besides roads, what pieces of infrastructure do you think the county needs to address, and how would you address them?
Well, like you said, this is 2022, the water issue, we've heard it and they've heard it, and, clean water, we live in a time where, we can be on the internet, but we can't have a clean cup of water to drink. you know. So the water issue, you know, is big. But like I said, you know, not only the water, the bridges, you know, going back, you know, and I know we're replacing some of them, but you got some that's washed out below. And is it worth going up there, spending a bunch of time, maybe trying to, probably spend more in the long run trying to fix one than it would be to put a new one in or something other. But the water is the biggest concern, you know.
Josh?
I'll agree with the water, specifically in Big Creek area, Stephen Creek. There's a vast majority that does not have city water, that still have the board sulfur water that they unfortunately are stuck with, and they run to bathtubs, they have to wash their clothes in it. I mean, it's bad. I believe that if you are a taxpayer in this county, no matter which end you're on, my district, District 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you should have access to city water. On the flip side of that, I also believe that we need to build our infrastructure and that everyone should have access to internet. Not only for the educational opportunities that we provide to people in District 2, but for the employment opportunities, because most places now work from home. And several people in my district don't have that option, and they should.
All right. Moving on, we're going to talk about taxes. Are you in favor of raising taxes to bring more revenue into the county government?
No, by no means. Listen, we're taxed to death as it is, you know. Gas $5 a gallon. 2 years ago, you could probably get 2 gallons for $5, you know. But now, you know, a carton of eggs is $12. I mean, you know, $3.50. You know, so we're taxed to death. I mean, money's going out left and right. You know, so no, I'm not in favor of it. But you know, on the flip side, if it helps in some way, you know, I'm all ears. I'll listen. But just to ask me right now, no, I'm not in favor of it.
Josh?
No, absolutely not. No more taxes on anybody. Taxation on our people is not the answer. We need to be seeking grants and funds from federal and state governments. That's the options that we need to take.
All right. If you aren't in favor of raising taxes, how do you propose raising funds for new programs and developments in the county?
Like you said, we can work with tourism, you know, bring in different stuff like that, you know, the grants. That's why, you know, I just got a few little notes here, these things you wrote me at, you know, the grants, you know, to try to help take the burden off people. But find different ways to bring money in besides just saying, hey, you know, you're making so much and we want so much, you know, to help us out with this. So there's other ways around that, but as a court, you know, that's where we just have to sit down and work together, figure out a way, hey, what grant is out there that we can use or get to help these people?
Josh?
State and federal grants off the top. The horse track will definitely bring revenue. I mean, that'll open other options. Training our people will entice companies to come here, create jobs, that'll generate revenue. I mean, there's multiple options to do this. We just have to do it in a progressive manner, not a regressive manner.
Okay. We're going to talk about the fire fee that we implemented a few years back. Do you believe the fire fee is handled as best as it can be?
Yeah, yes. I mean, you know, that's put on the fire department. You know, that's basically every fire department, volunteer fire department is run around here is by somebody in that community, you know. So that community needs to take initiative, you know, to handle it, to do the things they need for the fire department. So, yes.
Josh? Absolutely. The good thing about that, I believe, is that that's a voluntary issue, that you can opt out of that.
Yes.
Let me say first that I support our firefighters 100%. They're all volunteers. I mean, they do it out of their own goodness of their heart, and God bless them for it. If you don't like it, you can opt out with PBA, it's my understanding.
Right.
$35, you know, that's not an expensive bill by any means. But as a realtor, I can tell you that without firefighters, your insurance would be astronomical. So thank God we have them, and I will gladly pay my $35 fee.
Okay. Do you think the fee has benefited the fire departments and the citizens they serve? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you know, going back to me, you know, these guys volunteer to do that. You know, they don't get paid nothing. You know, that helps with equipment, new tires, new, gas, whatever that fire department needs to operate on, that helps them do that. They're out here at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning fighting a fire, or, they could be sitting in this courtroom right now, pager go off, they got a bad accident, you know what, they're right there, and at some point, everybody in this room's been affected in some way and need a volunteer fire department, so.
Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's exactly how the funds are supposed to be intended to be used. My understanding is they've used it for training in new vehicles, especially at Richland, which is my home fire department. So, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Last couple of questions here. If elected to be magistrate, do you can plan to keep an open office and work with your local newspaper and other media outlets as we report on activities and spending of local government and stuff? Right.
Yeah, like everything, I'm not coming to this room to hide nothing from nobody, But, and on hindsight, you're sitting there, I know what sells your paper, the negative stuff. So you're going to look, when I walk in here, I'm probably going to have a big bullseye right here on my chest, because they're going to start throwing darts at me, well, he wouldn't do this, or he ain't doing this, or he ain't helping these people up here, So, but yeah, anything's open there. If you can be fair about it, I can be fair about it.
We'll always be fair. Josh?
Absolutely. I mean, it's easy to take shots at us, politicians. We get involved pretty often. You got to have tough skin to be in this. It's not always going to be a positive spin for us. Everybody in this room kind of agrees. We've all been spurned one time or another. But I have a good relationship with the advocate, and you, Aaron Butler, and the Corbin paper, or whoever, WIMT. I mean, whatever it comes to, I keep open.
Okay. Do you promise to attend all fiscal court meetings?
Yes, not unless, some kind of emergency was to come up or something like that. I plan on being here and trying to serve the people in District 2 the best of my ability.
Josh?
Yes.
All right. And lastly, do you promise to maintain an open line of communication with your constituents?
Actually, when I go out politicking right now, talking to people, I'll tell them that, get lucky enough to get elected, they'll have my number. Probably not a good thing, but they'll have my number. Actually, I've wrote my number on a few cards for them, and I'm not even elected. Well, you write it here, well, here, you can have it, but yes.
All right. Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. Most people already have my number. I'm advertising some real estate, so I get calls currently asking for things. So yeah, most people already have my number. And if you don't, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Starting with Brian, just take up to about a minute or whatever you need to for a closing statement.
Well, my name's Brian Elliott. I'm seeking the position of magistrate here in District 2. I sure would appreciate your vote to go out, May the 17th. I'd like to be given the opportunity to represent my little area of District 2 and be a voice for them people. And I just encourage you, when you vote for me, just go vote. Just let your voices be heard.
It's no secret that we have the largest race in the county. There's 8 of us on the red side running. I'll say this, I'm running against 7 great guys. I am. Brian is an outstanding man. Farrell, Kurt, Keith Abner, I missed a couple right off the top of my head, but you vote for one of them, I can't blame you. If I wasn't running, I would have difficulty picking who to vote for. But if you're on the fence and you want to continue to move Knox County forward, then I humbly ask for your vote and support.
Thank you, gentlemen.